Yo, 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 we back. We back. We're playing politics up in here. It's your boy Afterthought. Miss T is in the building, but you will not hear as much because this is about to be event session. So, as the title reads, cold chicken, Hennessey, and we talking politics. And we do have a guest on the phone right now. My main man Conflict is on the phone. What's going on, Conflict?
What's good?
All right, so this is my man Conflict. We go way back. Birthday gift, my bicycle cars. Love that. We're gonna talk about what's going on right now. We're gonna talk about this because there's some stuff that need to be said. Definitely, with the election going on, with things that are coming out in the media, we just need to talk about this. Let's see what's good. What you got, Conflict? What you been seeing out there?
Well, me personally, I'm pretty flabbergasted, if you will. Very flabbergasted at some things that I woke up to this morning and I've been watching all day. I've been watching states where the vote ain't over at all. I watched Trump barehead in a couple of states last night at a pretty good, size.
Mm-hmm.
Lead and wake up and all of a sudden he's losing. I'm watching ballots pop up out of nowhere that are 100% for one candidate, which is extremely weird. I don't know how they were able to get all of his votes into one bag without checking the ballot to see what was voted. So that's kind of weird. And then and then on this part here, I can't be factual, 100% factual with this, but from what I'm looking at, from some things I've looked up, Wisconsin, I believe it's Wisconsin, they got like 3.1 million registered voters, and they've got 3.2 million votes.
Huh. How do you pull that off?
So I know that's going to be recounted because that looks funny.
Yeah.
And I also think, well, that they would probably be the first step in history to get every registered voter to show up and vote. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of interesting things, man. A lot of interesting things. You feel me?
Right. I mean, I definitely get it. I mean, a lot of blatant things are going on as well. And the reason I bring that up is because I had an encounter today that I told you I wanted you to know about. So I had a visit at one of your the owners that we both know and are familiar with at his mother's house today. And we were speaking and she was talking about the election. And the first thing she asked me was, did I vote for Biden? So I said, no, ma'am. Her exact phrase was, you people are stupid. I'm sorry, you people are dumb. The phrase was, you people are dumb. Now, as a black man, the first thing I heard was you people.
Right.
So I had to get, and I'm gonna reference this. Whoever follows me and watching me, you'll hear me make this reference as long as my name is Afterthought. There's 32 people in my head. I'm gonna tell you each one of them that talk to me every time they have a conversation. This was one of those days where these people was talking to me. Conflict. This is one of them days. So first thing that happened was the phrase, you people. Once again, this is an elderly white woman. Nothing against anybody, not a racist at all. But you people was the first thing that came out of her mouth. So number 17, like I said, one of the guys in my head, number 17 goes, who the hell is you people? But then number 16 goes, hey, bro, calm down. You got to pay the bills. This dude moms. So chill a little bit. You know what I mean?
Right.
So then the second part of me heard, so dumb. So that's when number 17 jumped out again. He said, who the fuck? But then number 15 was like, walk outside because this could get ugly.
Right.
So after my break, I come back in. This is where it gets really interesting. Okay, this is where it gets interesting. She says to me, "Tell me something that Donald Trump has done." And once again, before you answer, before I continue, this is playing politics with your boy Afterthought. Miss T is definitely in the building. We got Conflict on the phone. We're just talking about a situation that occurred and happened today, that I experienced in reference to the whole election situation. So back to the story. When I come back in, she says, "Tell me something that he's done." I said, "Okay, I'll just start with something simple like the First Step Act that affects 91% of African Americans released from prison." I said, "Then we'll go on to, the lowering of taxes." I said, "But let's keep on going because there's more if you like." She was like, "Well, that's the only thing he did was lower taxes." So right now, as I'm talking to you, I heard number 17 go off, and I'm glad he didn't go off when I was there, because that just shows the level of racism. Because despite what I was saying, all she said that he was worth doing was taxes. Interesting story. And to think this man signs a lot of people's checks. And
Yeah.
this is his mother talking directly to me.
Now what was that? Now what is she? Hold on. Okay. So what? She supported Biden or some shit?
Yes.
Okay.
To the extent where she explained to us prior to even having a conversation that she cannot talk to her son about politics because they disagree. And he disagrees because of his net worth. I mean, let's be honest.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's funny. Okay.
Hold on. I gotta pay a bill real quick. Shouts out to Two Royalty. We do have shirts out right now, Unity Over War. That is 2royalty@gmail.com. Follow us at 2royalty on IG, playingpolitics@gmail.com. Go ahead, Conflict. Resume your thought process, brother. Hopefully I ain't throw you off.
No, not at all. Not at all. You told me off when you talking about Two Royalties, dope ass shirts.
Appreciate it.
That's fine. You can talk about that. But anyway, so what Two Royalties is, good spot. I like them. I like them very much. But keep getting it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I heard that because it kind of messed me up for a bit because she going to buy that. So when she say you people, she definitely can't be talking about you being black because not that many black people vote for Trump. I'm like, what do you mean you people? Like, what exactly you saying? You calling you people
right. What part of you people? What exactly?
You see, it's all kind of weird because I'm like, man, if she was voting Trump and you were voting Biden, I should say, you people.
Mm-hmm.
I can see how 17 might have tripped the fuck out. That is my bad. So that's just kind of it's funny because of how she how that person would be living because of who the family is and would still want that family member who's probably taking care of her to pay more taxes.
Which is crazy.
I just have a problem, man. I just got a problem with it. People lining up to pay more taxes, bro. I just got a problem with that shit. I gotta be careful.
No, it's fine because I'm gonna cuss like hell in a minute. Because I'm just trying to figure out how smart is it for a person who is wealthy, or hell, a person who's just getting a business started and getting going. How smart is it for you to vote for somebody that's going to raise taxes? And to piggyback on that a lot, and we're going to talk about that minimum wage things, because most people don't understand that full concept. Most people don't understand that just because minimum wage goes up, you have to have a Donald Trump in there with lower taxes, because that way you have more money in your pocket. If you go with someone that has a plan to raise taxes, that literally nullifies your minimum wage hike. Because now you're leveling out because you made more money, but now you're paying more taxes. So what did you gain?
Hey, don't you be using comments, bro.
Wait.
We don't do that.
I'm just
You gotta watch it now.
I'm just saying, I just had this crazy thought about it. Because if you think about it, what do you gain by raising minimum wage and electing a president that has already stated that he will raise taxes?
You know, like they're saying mama didn't raise no fool, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So I think I'm pretty intelligent enough. I know you're intelligent enough. I'm pretty confident. I'm sure you're very intelligent. So my thing is this: most rich people or wealthy people are that way for a reason, correct? They know what they're doing. I want to say wealthy because rich people can have money for a second and it can be gone.
Mm-hmm.
I'm people that hold on to the money, people who's held on to it, people that own the businesses that we all work for that pay our bills.
Mm-hmm.
They know how to hold on to their money, and the one thing those guys and girls like, they like their lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
What makes people think that for 2 seconds they're going to allow anything politically, economically, at all to affect their bottom line? So fine, you want to raise my taxes, okay? Oh, and I got to pay $15 an hour. You can have $15 an hour. You just can't have 40 hours anymore.
Huh? Now you get 30.
Then after that. By the way, when we do that, they also, because they're taxing the crap out of me, the healthcare stuff is gone because none of you guys are full time anymore. And so we're going to go ahead and cut that.
Yeah, but we get free schooling. Yeah, but we get free schooling, right?
Well, you get $15, an hour, and
here's a brilliant point.
20 hours.
So let's talk about something real quick. So what people don't realize is if you get free education from the government, you're not going to get an option on what you're really learning. You're going to get taught what they want you to know. Period.
Absolutely.
Because
and you know what else you do with free stuff? You don't really care a lot about it when it's free.
It loses its value. It loses its value. So
you remember how you could go on a job interview, and if you had a degree, you're like, man, I like my chances because not many people have a degree, and I got a degree. I worked hard, I paid for it, I got my degree.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when every single candidate got the same damn degree because it was free, all you did at that point in time, you just watered down that degree. You were just taking away the
value. You devalue it.
The price of that degree, what it stands for. And now, at that point, what have you done? So now, okay, cool. You know what? Oh, I got a degree in accounting. Good. So the other 69 candidates I got.
Mm-hmm.
So what about you is different? I mean, so, at this point, it's just, people, everything should be free. Well, you know what? Let's be free because guess what? Your teachers got to get paid. Who's paying that? You, me.
See,
every other working American out there.
That's what's going to happen.
But I ain't even gonna lie to you. I tell these people, man, y'all mess around. Y'all mess around and go ahead and elect this fool and put him in office and let him start all this crap and want to give everybody free this and free that, this, that, and the other. I already told my wife, I'll make your ass quit. You might as well just stay your ass home. Because we're going to make more money with your ass at the house.
I told my wife that I would quit for that reason.
Yeah.
For that reason. And that's real talk. Because
you're going to work hard, so you ain't ever going to go work hard so other people can sit home?
Here's another thing.
If I'm working hard, then my wife is going to be, she's going to sit home.
Here's another thing. Let's look at this. Let's look at this to go back to the taxes. What people don't realize is now that pushes people that are in middle class trying to make it to that upper class. They're going to see that tax hike and be like, shit, I'm good. I don't want no more employees. I want to make sure that at the end of the year, my capital gain is X, Y, and Z, and my profit is X, Y, and Z. They're going to meticulously make those numbers to where it runs at a certain capacity, and that is it. Why? Because this next step, now you're taxing the hell out of that business and that business owner. But people don't realize that. People don't understand that concept. But with that being said, what do you think about the election? Let's stay on the election. What do you think it would take?
Going back to the election, right now, what I feel about the election, we really ain't gonna know nothing for a little bit. I have a feeling this is gonna come down to recounts. It's coming down to even possibly having a Supreme Court. With all the funny things that's going on, the stop of the counting, the restart of the counting in certain areas, the magical ballots showing up, the 650,000 not even being counted yet, in which they're already trying to call a state board. But it's just, me and you spoke earlier about this. I mean, you're going to spend 3.5 years trying to get this man out. Of course, you're not going to have let him win a fair election.
Mm-hmm.
And what's funny is that normally they try to come, at him with all this, foreign interference. And right now, nobody want to talk about foreign interference because right now the only name tied to any foreign anything right now is the Biden name.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a lot of funny things, bro. And I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't like it.
There's a whole bunch of goofiness. Oh shoot, let me get that off camera.
I would love for the Supreme Court to say, "Oh, that 138, that 95th bid with all the marks on it, throw them out. They don't count." You watch a whole lot of things change real fast.
Hold on one second. I got an incoming call. Hold on 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, had to pass the phone on.
Yeah.
My whole thing with the election is it's like they're not even trying to hide the methods of cheating. They're not even trying to hide what's going on. Like, what I don't get is this: how is it possible, right, wrong, or indifferent, whether it was done, whether it's factual documents or not, as a human being, how could you have so much hate that you will want to jeopardize your life and your livelihood by doing something, by like stealing a ballot, hiding a ballot, or burning a ballot? We seen that earlier on Twitter. You know what I mean? And follow us on Twitter. We at PlayingPolitiks. You see what we do, but as well, how is this in any way? How can you either justify or even not have an adverse opinion to it? Because this is all jeopardizing the full-on election status.
Right.
And you don't see anybody going, fuck Joe Biden, fuck Kamala Harris. I mean, we all have our opinions of them, and we might feel that way, but nobody's out there burning signs and things. They'll politely escort them out of town.
Right.
That was so funny.
Ridiculous.
But it's like, how could you look at the elections and see damn near 3/4 of a country covered in red?
Yeah.
And then still.
And what was killing me is somebody, Pennsylvania, like, how do some of these places not have these already all done? Like I said, taking a break last night, the way it's just, come on.
Let me see if I still have it up.
And you know what was funny is I had seen a tweet earlier that had me cracking up, and shout out to the High Swings. But they said, if you really think that Joe Biden got more votes this year than Obama did in 2008, you batshit crazy.
Right. Why is nobody paying attention to that?
Yeah, it's just some of the craziest things that I've ever seen. Go down, and it's just right now the way things are. Because they the one thing is it's the spike, bro. It's the spike. If you pay attention to the graph and the way things have been going for this election, the spike for Biden in key areas out of nowhere. It's too funky, bro.
I feel you. Trust me, I feel you. Trust me, I feel you, bro. That I've been watching it. It's too sketchy. It's too sketchy. And then there's other areas where it's like it was so clean that it makes it sketchy.
Yeah.
It was so clean the way things are done, but some of the shit is so blatant. It's just like, what the fuck are you doing, bro? Like, how are you pretty much you're walking down New York in a quote unquote peaceful hate protest.
Right. Now,
like
I check this out because I'm searching through something because I'm listening to you and at the same time I'm looking up a couple of things at the same time, trying to multitask. But you know, my wife said we can't do it as men, but you know that's another subject. All right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at this tweet, you know, and I don't know the guy, so I ain't gonna leave his name out of it. But it says, you know, he says, look, between 3:30 and 4:30 a.m., they found 140,000 mail-in ballots for Biden in Wisconsin. Between 3:30 and 5 a.m., they found 200,000 mail-in ballots for Biden in Michigan. And then between 2 and 4 a.m., they found 1 million mail-in ballots in Pennsylvania. All for Biden, none for Trump. Not fishy at all. Not even a little bit.
Sorry. Shout out to Miss T. She just broke something back here in the studio.
That's 1.3 million dollars.
Crazy.
This was up here, and I'm sure.
All for
magical.
This will go up here.
All for
Biden.
Damn it.
And then they're finding other ballots that are being destroyed and hidden.
Yeah.
Like,
like
I said, this shit is just weird. I'm just gonna be honest.
The one thing, let me get you. Let me click you up a little bit louder because you were breaking up on me.
Oh, my bad. I said it just it just don't make sense. I'm trying to find the information I was looking at earlier as well, because I had a couple of maps that I wanted to show, but I can't find them, some bitches. But the maps were just like so retarded. All right, let me see. I'm gonna find it.
The Wisconsin one is real fishy.
And forgive me for the word retarded, but that's just, you know, lingo. That's just jargon. But they're so weeble wobble, I'll say.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can find it down.
Be careful with the weeble wobble. You might affect some people that weeble wobble when they walk.
Hey, that's their problem.
Cancel culture.
They ain't got nothing to do with me.
Cancel culture coming for you.
No, sir. No, sir. Dang, I can't find it. I had it pulled up, and I know I think what it is it's on my computer, set it on my phone. But anyway, it was showing the map of like Wisconsin by counties. And it was just, oh wait, I might have found it. Hold on. I might have found it. Let's see, because if I found it, I'm gonna pull this up, and this thing don't make no sense whatsoever.
Well, you know, while you're looking for that, I'm just talking to everybody else, man. I mean,
holla at him. I mean, like I said,
I love everybody, and I think everybody is lovely and everything, but y'all voting to pay more taxes. Y'all not too bright. I mean, I'm just saying that it's like that light bulb that just don't quite want to stay on, right? I just don't get it. And it's more than just about taxes, man. It's about a whole lot of stuff, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the one thing Biden was right about is that he said this election is for your soul. The one thing he was talking about was he's not the winner to help you keep your soul. This is a crazy thing.
Dog, I know what I wanted to tell. I just told you about a tweet.
Right.
Oh man, that's where it's at. I can see it right now, and there's the map. Bastards. But listen to this. So, all right, let me first start off by saying I really need to understand this, and anybody that's out there that wants to crack a whip or leave a comment, do what you do. But I was looking at the polls as far as like when they close them and call them in, and I know it's based off of news, estimated estimations or whatever. But my question is, why would you have a state that you close at 82% and give it to a candidate versus a state that you can close at 88%? And then I looked into the electoral votes and what it's worth. Still, some of it doesn't make sense. So the question that I have is when is the actual point of calling the polls?
Well, what they do there, and you're right about that, they're hoping that once you get to a certain area, that the other candidate will go ahead and concede. And at that point, when we know Trump ain't conceding, so they've gotten, they're hoping that nothing goes down the wrong way. But what they're gonna realize is that you're gonna have these certain states like we're talking about, they're gonna be recounted. You're gonna have some things going on, and that's because you just had a lot of weird things going on, like you were pointing to earlier, like like you're doing with the map, like what you're looking for with the map. There's a lot of things that remember that old song, things that make you go
Yeah, there's a lot.
And they got a whole bunch of these.
It's a lot, and like you said, it's a vote for your soul, and that's period, point blank. Whether anybody wants to believe that or not, you know what I mean. You're voting for the soul of your family, your lineage, for life, for your future, all of that, because what we're seeing right now is something that's totally different than what we expected. Oh, shouts out to Knock.
I'm glad you said that though, man. The soul thing is 100% correct.
Shouts out. Let me get in the comments. Shouts out Knock Films. He usually on here as soon as I jump on. Shouts out to you, my fam. He said blatantly they stole this election, and I mean, like they say, they're gonna probably have to go all the way down to the wire because neither one of these dudes want to concede. Where does that play? And my opinion is, if you go down to the wire, no one's conceding, and every vote has to be counted, Joe Biden will definitely lose. And the reason I say that is because the popular vote has stuck out. They're they're pulling out tricks. That's all it is. I mean, they're like you said, people in Arizona. I'm gonna pull it up. I'm not even gonna try and quote it. I'm just gonna pull it up because I know I saw it earlier. Where was it at? Let's see. There's a spot in Arizona that had stopped the voting.
Yeah.
Like I mean that's crazy. Like how do you just stop the voting? All right, nobody else can vote because then that means every vote is not being accounted for. You know what I mean?
There's a lot of things, man. I mean, there's a lot of things going on. The one thing I'm grateful for is we're in a state that that's red. So we at least our local stuff hopefully will stay in check. But to have this country be run, well, first of all, let's just be honest.
Whoa!
Biden's winning this election, but it's really Harris winning the election right now.
Harris ain't winning no election right now.
But you know what I mean. As far as what they're predicting, because Biden ain't gonna make it 2 months before they find him incompetent.
A brilliant point just came over from a mutual friend. He said, easy proof of how most people don't have a brain in this voting thing with Biden is, how's he going to tell you that I'm going to bring this country back up and the same night I'm going to shut this country down to save lives. That is fucking brilliant. That's crazy.
It's ridiculous.
Like, I mean, if you think about it, it's been going on constantly. We're being given a narrative, and I want to find this tweet before I even go further. It was by Melissa Tate. So I'm just gonna go directly to her and read this tweet because I need to be able to see. All right. Listen to this tweet right here. The media is calling Arizona for Biden with 600,000 votes still unaccounted because they want Biden announced as the winner for tonight's optics. So that when Trump exposes their fraud, meaning because their votes are counted and he wins, people will have already accepted Biden as the winner in their minds. This is criminal. Now, what does this mean? Am I to interpret it? If it's me, not speaking for this woman, what this means is people are going to be so convinced that Biden won that if in fact Trump won, they would literally begin rioting. This is craziness.
Yes.
This is all craziness. And once again, this is Afterthought. I'm talking with my man Konflict. We are on Playing Politics. Shout out to Two Royalty. Miss T left the building for whatever reason, but we're not going to deal with that. Two Royalty at gmail.com. Playing Politics at gmail.com. Follow us on YouTube and Twitter. And once again, I'm here. This is Afterthought here with my man Konflict. Follow the channel, like the channel, subscribe to the channel. All the fun stuff that you're supposed to do when you go to a live feed. But yeah, back to it, you know what I mean? And this is, as you can see, the Henny and Cold Chicken Night. So with Miss T out of the building, I'm going to enjoy a good amount of Henny. But yeah, it just all seems suspect. I mean, it's all crazy how is it that it's all visually there, but we're being forced this pill to swallow, this narrative.
Yeah, because they're like you know, kind of like what I read, they want to feed you an object. And so, you know, look, here's something kind of on top of the other thing. Okay, you look at a place like Nevada. Why would they vote Biden? Your whole industry, he already said he's going to shut the country down. Your whole industry, the hotels, all that depends on people not being shut down.
Right.
Nevada, if we sit there and shut down for X amount of months or whatever, you may lose so much money, you might never come back from that.
Yeah. Yep. Just like when COVID started.
That's what I'm saying. That's what he's gonna do. Lockdown. You're gonna have a mass mandate for the next 18 years.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, come on, man.
It's just crazy.
And people don't flip out. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying you don't need to wear a mask. I wear a mask when I need to. I don't wear a mask in my car with the dang windows up and AT running gloves on. I mean, there is such thing as being a little bit ridiculous.
Shouts out to the Hodge twins for this one. They had a video where they said one of the funniest things ever. So, are our eyes and ears not openings? So let's think about it. What the hell are we covering our nose and our mouths for? Like a virus just gonna avoid the opening in your eyes or the opening in your ears? Food for thought.
Yeah. Like I said, it's flying around.
They just flying around, but when they see ears, they're like, "Oh hell no, I ain't going through that wax. I got stuck there last time."
Yeah. It's insane, man. You know,
this shit is crazy.
At the end of the day, bro, we know something funny going on. It's not even. I mean, it's not even. I don't think that part of giving up to debate anymore.
Well, like I said,
something funny going on.
The main reason for this whole thing was my experience today. That's why I didn't really play any cards. I wanted to talk to you about it because we work in the same industry. You know what I mean? And we know the same people. So
Yeah.
it was just kind of interesting where it was just like, damn, did you just say that? Like, seriously. And,
Mm.
the older riotous, inner city Democrat labeled, I will say, because at the time I was voting as a Democrat, I would have snapped off at that lady and lost my job. I already know it. Because I used to do that. But the more mature me, the 1 year older me,
Yeah.
recently year older, you know what I mean? That makes me kind of like hesitate a little bit. So that way I don't snap off. Because it's so easy.
Right.
It's so easy to just snap off and just call a spade and deal with the consequences. You feel me? But
Right.
you know, I had to get that off my chest because I had that on my mind today. I was furious. I was fuming because, like I said, I had to deal with them people on the ride home. Them people in my head don't go away. Them people in my head don't go away. Them things still be talking, and it's not that I'm psychotic, it's that I listen to what's being said when my conscience is speaking. Whether or not I interpret that in the multiple personalities or multiple, thoughts in my head is my doing. But all it is like we're experiencing so much racism that we don't know what racism is anymore. And that's the bad part.
It's crazy, bro.
That's the bad part. I gotta put
the
that
thing is like we talked about earlier with the degrees. When everybody has one, the worth of that degree gets watered down. What that degree is worth is watered down. And the same thing goes with race. With using the term race. If you call everything racist, at that point, racism doesn't matter. That word don't carry no power no more.
Exactly.
And so hey, people gotta quit jumping on everything because racist things is when you tell black people that, hey, I gotta remind you that you're black, so you can't vote for Donald Trump. They're literally telling you what you can't do as a black person. So you're going, okay. My bad. I almost forgot who I was.
Let's go a step further. Let's go a step further. You have a different fucking thought. All of a sudden, you're a coon, you're a dummy, you're an idiot, you're all of these different fucking adjectives that is like, damn, I'm all of that just for thinking differently. And that's my main problem with it all. Is like, okay, I chose to have a different thought than you. And now I'm all of that. I just don't get that.
Because it happens, bro.
Over a thought.
I sent you an article, I think, when you went, I think I did it today or yesterday. Check that out when you get a chance. If that's there, when you read that, you're going to go, man, you got to be kidding me.
I'm going to check it out.
And it speaks to just what you're saying is, you got a, you got a gay conservative man, and then he's being told by a celebrity. Okay, and like I said, I'll let you read it. When you read it, I'm sure you're gonna get back on and go off on it. But so that's why I won't say a whole lot. But basically, being told by a celebrity what he can or cannot do with a certain song because of certain things, and he penned a letter to the celebrity, and it was very well penned. It was one of the most, honestly, one of the most well articulated letters I've ever read in my life. In which this celebrity owes him an apology. And the fact of the matter is, he said, "This is exactly what I'm talking about. What you say you're standing for, you stand for LGBT. I'm a gay man, and you're over here telling me." So basically, it's okay to stand for us as long as I think the way my left counterparts think. If I don't think their way, then I'm open to be attacked as well.
Exactly. And for
So,
clarification, Conflict is talking about the gentleman in the article, not himself in any way. I know he said the words if I, and he's not. He's married to a woman. Cut it out. Anybody thinking that. However, I see exactly what you're saying. It goes back to just black people in general. If you don't stand for
right.
something, how can you support it? Period. You won't. If nobody's gonna go out here and stand and walk behind a KKK rally, why the fuck are you walking behind Joe Biden? The videos out there. People change is the only thing I got. Okay, so wait. So you're saying that Joe Biden went from being racist to not being racist, and Trump went from being racist to being racist. Meanwhile, he's received several distinguished African American awards. I mean, awards from the African American communities. So I'm kind of having this problem where it's just like, if you stop looking at the bullshit and open up a fucking book, we probably wouldn't be in this situation.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? And
But,
that's the thing.
yeah, and
If
you're
you
right.
stop watching and following that whack ass pussy
Yep.
and her politics, thanks for the inspiration. But I
Yeah,
still pronounce it politics the way it is. How?
And what's funny with that is this is kind of off subject, but this is the ignorance that I'm talking about.
Yeah.
If her retarded ass filed for divorce, then he went like, "Hey, stop playing. I love you, but playing." And she was like, "Never mind, I'm a divorce." And then it's like, "No, stupid. You don't want to pay child support, dummy." You know, like, he's still, you know, the same guy that you were going to divorce. He just making sure that you don't put his ass on child support. But anyway, I'm just, you know, that was a side off.
I told you we gotta have a vent session in here. Tonight is my vent session. That's why it's called Cold Chicken and Hennessy. We in the building. You can see it. I'm on live. I'm taking shots. Oh, Miss T left, like I said, so shouts out to her. She needs to drive safe and get back to us safely.
And before I know it's getting late, everybody, but, you know, but before, you know, we get completely off here, the one thing I'm going to say is this, and I saw this too, his video, and this young man, you know, saying, you know, African American man, I mean, but, you know, I have to let y'all know, because this way, you know, nowadays, everything has to do with color. I'll let you know that. This young man, another great articulated thought that made the very most sense, and I think you'll agree. He said there are three types of woke right now. You got the quote unquote woke people who think they woke, think they're doing good, but really they're doing more harm than good, which is the people we see there, you know, with BLM and all that, thinking that they're doing the right thing, and think that, you know, all these liberal white people who are sitting there jumping on there thinking that they're, look guys, I'm helping fight. No, that's one woke. Then you got the other woke, which is people, you know, that are kind of like us, where they see who think they're woke, and it's like the fools ain't woke. No, it's just the other way around. The way we're thinking. And then you have a third woke, which he says this is the people that God has woke. And they know that there's a spiritual battle going on. And that's the real battle going on right now. There's a spiritual battle going on because the devil knows that he's making an attempt right now. But he knows there's enough people awake to fight this.
And
people just gotta wake up.
People have to understand another portion of that is Donald Trump is not the savior. Okay? Donald Trump is literally just a liaison saying, hey, this is what's going on. He's literally just the eyes in the situation for us. And people, if people were paying attention, they could use what information that keeps getting leaked and leaked. Oh man, I want to smack black people for saying this, and I'll say it again. I want to smack black people for this shit right here. Why is it when something is leaked, they say, "Oh, that's Trump"? that's Trump. Then it goes from the FBI to the CIA. These are authentic documents. Oh, you think because Trump the president, he couldn't do that? What? Do what? He just gonna make up some documents and force the FBI and CIA to do it? Like just to say they're authentic? The hell are you talking about? This shit is going through channel after channel after channel and then leaked to the media. And then the media still has to run it back through their back channels just to verify all the information prior to even posting it. So this leak shit, come on, man. This I've gone in. Listen, I have gone in and shut my computer down after looking at some shit. And the only thought process I'm saying is, honestly, I don't know why I shut my down. Maybe it was just like I don't want to see it. Maybe it was just me. But the idea was like, wow, this shit is that free on the internet.
Shout out to my man. This little, rapper. And he has a line where he says racial. You call a man homophobic, you'll take what he says hatefully. So if you really think a man is racist, how do you want to stay?
Dog, and that's the kick. That's the kick right there. First things first is, because I'm glad we're having this conversation. At some point, Joe Biden just goes in the middle of the debate. What does that do? That triggers again to anyone that had that similar thought process or notion that you're right. He is a racist. But when you go to anyone across the board, no one can prove it. And I'm not saying the man ain't racist. I'm gonna say this man.
The number one thing they use right now that I see the most of is, just to be for a whole other time.
I dare you
we'll get on this. Is they like to use this one thing that happened. Like there was letters near things where it came to renting, and they assumed that those letters, like so B was there and that's black, this, that, and the other. So that will get into a whole other time because I know you could go on and on when the smoke clears.
What do you think is going to be exposed first, Hunter Biden or Hillary?
To be honest, Hunter Biden, I think, is the one that's going to be. We're going to see the first thing happen too because Hillary's been exposed. The problem is that with Hillary, like I said, man, you can't. I gotta be careful right now. What I'm saying, like that, right? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Listen,
like
listen.
That's that one there in particular. I don't like. I'll say the name.
Okay.
It's that right there.
We gonna call it her. We just gonna say her. We just gonna say her. Because if it was me, I'd be like this. I would nickname her this motherfucker. Because you gotta be a hateful individual to be involved in anything that is surrounding this person. I mean, hateful. Now having a second laptop that has information on her on it as well.
Right.
The first laptop is enough. Ain't nobody talking about that. Where's Anthony Weiner? Good question. Ain't nobody talking about this laptop.
Nope.
But now Hunter's out there messing around with underage Chinese women. Allegedly. But
and he was smoking on something allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly he just had a crack pipe to his mouth. Allegedly.
But here's what I will tell you, my friend. If he was in this way that I went to Oregon, it would have been all right.
No.
It's legal. Everything is legal. I don't get it, bro. I don't get it. You wouldn't be just going to standards.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing. And here's where I get off. I just thought about this. You notice this information is based out of where? China, right? So how do you get off on something like that? What do you know that is a legal drug pretty much in China to smoke? Opium. So the statement would be pretty much that if anything that he was doing, I don't know if it's legal or not. Let me rephrase that. Allegedly. But we know that we know more about people smoking opium in China just like people smoke crack out here in the U.S. Yeah. So with that being said, they can just say it was opium or whatever it was. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but
and he's
it was crack.
It's a whole bunch of just goofiness.
It is crack because I believe the pictures show the product.
Yeah, I seen that too.
The smoking item.
I didn't even want to talk about that because I can give you a website that'll show you some naked pictures of his ass too. That is completely and utterly out there on the internet free. You ain't got to subscribe or nothing. So it's some craziness out there. It's craziness. You hear me? But my thing is this. Right, wrong, and different.
On right now. And when they're done with this, you know, when this election is done in like the next 18, 24 months, we're going to figure out what the hell's going on. You know, they sold, all this stuff, all kidding and laughing aside. American man, hey, we got to do better. This kind of stuff here, having elections, go through what they're going through right now, having all this nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
We got to do better as a country, as a species, man. I forget the race thing, but we human. We all human.
People forget about that.
So we can heck up, man. What's right is right, and what's wrong is wrong.
People don't.
And I don't care what anybody says. You know, a flat. You know, the biggest problem with people who are thinking that they're voting for Biden because of tax, they're going to see no tax the rich. That ain't fair. Listen, if you got a flat tax rate, okay, if me and you both tax, we're both tax 10%, okay, which is fair. When you're taxed 10% of your income, I get taxed 10% of my income.
Correct.
My income, if my income is $100,000, your income is $50,000. Even though we both pay the same percentage, I'm going to pay more in taxes.
Correct.
Because my $100,000 income, that 10% of that is what? $10,000.
Right. It's more than your 10%. 10%
is $5,000.
It's more than
I pay twice as much.
Right. It's more than your 10%, and people don't understand that. Why is it fair that I work? You know, this is not real life anybody like that, but yeah, it's a good example. But why if I worked harder or did something different that made me twice the money? Why do you only get away with paying that $5,000, but I gotta go ahead and give away out of my $100,000, I gotta go give away $50,000 or $60,000? I'll do you one better.
That ain't fair.
I'll do you one better. What is my motivation to make more money if you're gonna tax me higher than the person that's next to me? That's still a person next to me.
Yep, riddle me that, Batman. Riddle me that. That is exactly it. If I've got a job, a position in the company, and I'm making, $150, a year, let's say $100 a year, whatever, and all of a sudden you want to give me a big raise, including a promotion, this, that, and the other, and at that point, that tells me to let's just take for instance that there's no other fine language in there, but we know there is. There's fine print, fine language. There's not to say otherwise with bigger things. But you give me a promotion in some companies that's $400,000 tax bracket. Well, yeah, I don't want it.
I don't
because
want
I'm going to end up making less money.
I don't want it because you about to tax the brakes off of me. You about to tax the brakes off of me, bro. Why would I want that?
Yeah.
Why? I'll do you one better.
Twice as hard to give you more of my money. Not you, but the government.
I'll do you one better. I'll do you one better right now. Damn, these cars are big as shit. These cars is big. I gotta play something else. Anyway, um, I'll do you one better. I'm a business. I'm doing well, but I know that if I go to the next tax bracket, not only is my profit margin kind of going to be different, my capital is going to be different. Everything's about going to be different, and the numbers that are projected flatline. They don't even show me a solid profit that like I'm making now. They roughly flatline to where I'm back at original profit. What is the motivation? Because as a small business, the goal is to be able to make as much profit as you can, is it not?
Right.
So what is my motivation to make that profit if I know that I'm gonna get about to give you 60% of it in taxes?
And not just that, but as a man who's going to start, to be a small business owner, to start to try to create a wealthier family, that, under some of the things these people want to do is that you're not allowed. You're not allowed to do good. You're not allowed to be better. You're not allowed to change your family legacy, because in their world and what they want is no matter if you work or you don't work, everybody should be able to have a great life to live. So even if you're going to be lazy and not work, we're going to make sure that we catch enough people that will take care of you. Don't worry, buddy.
That is
we got you.
You about to open up a whole other can of worms.
No, I can't even open up a whole other can of worms, man. I know we getting live. I know.
Yeah, we're going to go back to the original thought. Let's go back to the original thought, which was primarily about the election and the experience that I dealt with today, as far as like, and in my opinion, an openly, like, I'll just call it spade a spade. It was an openly racist remark. It was also a openly biased remark, and it was similar to the whole, in my opinion, like the whole 50 Cent idea, where it was just like, you can't possibly have that kind of thought process being the skin color and the person that you are.
Right.
And that's what drove me to doing this live and talking about it, because I think it needs to be said that, like, we need to stop. I think, honestly, and this is where I kind of side with the conservative side, I'm an independent. I'm not right, left. I'm independent. I make my own damn decisions when I want to make them. But I think what kind of like drove me this way of thinking more Trump's policies and things is because I'm now dealing with more and more every day openly racist shit. And this man literally is saying, hey, they are literally being racist to you. This was the plan. And people are going, don't believe that. He's the devil. Okay, but over here they rioting and tearing down cities. He's the devil. Right. But your people that oppose him are allowing you to tear down the city. Why do you want to tear down the city if you don't like him?
Right.
I'm so like, this shit is stupid. It's dumb. I'm just saying. I really don't want to keep going and going, because shouts out to my baby. She got this fly ass light. If you can see it on YouTube, that is sexy as hell. And it got a dimmer on that joint. So I'll be in here, I'm gonna do my lives in different moods. I might come in here one day and be happy, and I might come in here one day on some solemn shit and want to just cuss everybody the fuck out. But my situation, my situation today is that it's a cold chicken and Henny night. That's my dinner. You know what I mean? I'm gonna talk to my lady. We're gonna definitely continue doing some business.
Go have a conversation with my lady myself.
So I want to thank you, definitely, Konflict, for getting on the horn and spitting that hot knowledge that people don't want to hear, and that's what it is. We're gonna continue just putting this information out. The whole goal is to put the information out. Whatever you do with it, you do with it. But The information needs to be out there so that you understand that the people that are trying to get you to look or think a certain way or look in a certain direction are not telling you to go down that road. They're saying, look, there might be something down there for you that you can understand and take with you, and that will help you. Stop wanting to fight everybody that is different or have a different opinion or idea. That is not how you get any results, and it hasn't worked in the last 47. And I'm gonna leave it at that. What you got, Conflict?
Hey, not much, man. I where you left, to be honest. But the one thing I'm gonna say is everybody just honestly, when this is all said and done, regardless of that, like I said, remember who we are. Remember that remember, regardless at the end of the day, we're going to do a lot better for each other when we sit there and we treat each other with goodness, with kindness, with all that good stuff, man. Remember God with you. He never forsake you. He never leave you. He always there. You just got to reach out and try to grab him. Regardless whether you believe in the God I believe in, whether you believe in the God you believe in, if you believe in a God, period, hopefully he's a good one. So if you believe in him, he's got to be there for you.
That's right.
And I know my God is there for me. So one thing I want to remember is that everybody here, everybody thinks they're doing the right thing. So I don't think even people on the left side, I believe they think they're doing the right thing. I believe on the right side, I believe they're doing the right thing. So I don't think anybody's doing it. Not many of us anyway are doing things he can. But the devil is alive. He's out there. He's doing things he can. So God, open your eyes, pay attention. God's good. We got love for you.
That's right. Let every ace be an ace, but as different color kings, we need to unite. Peace, love, and remember that God's always got us. We out.